Okay.
Well, let's say, well, good morning. I want to say welcome committee members and our guests. Welcome to be here for the Sky Valley. Want to just go right into it right away. Of course, I'm Gordon Duran, the chair. And we have a very, you'll see what we have for an agenda. I want to start right off, just a few comments about it. Treatment recently had hip surgery, so he was making his presentation by Zoom. Doug Hollinsworth, consultant in Athens, he's in the Athens Piedmont Hospital. He's really a great guy, and he's going in for some heart tests and so forth. So he called me and said, sorry, he couldn't be here. So he's something else. I would love you all to meet him. He's a terrific guy. Committee members Jack Brandon and Paul Evans cannot attend the meeting as they're out of town. I guess at this point, we're going to do, we have a quorum. And I believe at this time, we have a quorum. We're going right into it, let's have a quorum. We have approval of minutes for the June 26, 2025. Do I hear a motion? Do I hear a second? Discussions? No discussions, all in favor say aye. Aye. Approved, minutes approved. Okay, we're gonna go right into the discussion items. The first item on our discussion is parking updates to Doug Hollinsworth. Doug unfortunately is in the hospital and cannot report. The second item here is the Sky Valley webpage, realtors town information.
Excuse me, maybe we need to explain to our visitors what makes up our marketing committee and what area Doug Hollingsworth serves. So, because I know there was a lot of questions this morning.
Sure. I'm familiar with Doug Hollinsworth is. Doug Hollinsworth is a consultant, and he's the one as a driving force that meet a lot of people. He does a lot in terms of the Georgia Gulf Trail. He does a lot of marketing in terms, you see him, we probably got, I don't know, a dozen different articles online where he brings in different Gulf riders. They come in, they look at the tour of the Sky Valley, and then they write articles on it. So he gives a lot of great publicity about Sky Valley and what we are.
And our marketing committee was established by the city many years ago, and it uses all the entities that are in Sky Valley, such as timeshares, the club, the city, and the council. So we have representatives from all the entities in Sky Valley to help plan the marketing for our city. And I think that this committee has done one fabulous of a job. So thank you. Thank you to the committee, and now I'm going to shut up.
Hello, this is Harry. Hello, Harry. I'm talking about it. Harry is on the committee for the call, person to call from. Great. Okay, going into it, let's do the visit Sky Valley webpage, Realtors tab. Can you talk a little bit about this item? Sharon?
Yes, on our Visit Sky Valley webpage, we asked our developer to add a tab for realtors and people who are interested in selling things in Sky Valley. So what we've done is added the business cards, you can see them there, and then of the people who have asked to participate, then you can simply click on their tab and it takes you directly to their websites.
Are we charging for that?
No.
It might be a revenue source.
Could be, but we're looking at it as a service on the visit site, trying to get more people to come here. So we just,
So I mean, charge the realtors.
right.
Put their notice there. They pay every other place they put it, they have to pay.
Perhaps we could consider that.
I know we had a committee and we put it together at this time. We're just trying to get information out at this time, both in terms of the Sky Valley and then for issues like one was promoted by realtors down in here in Alabama. And they say, how can they promote Sky Valley? And trying to reciprocal agreements down in Florida. We're looking at different realtors throughout the country, and so they can promote it here, that people in Sky Valley can possibly buy property down in the beach areas, and vice versa. People from the Florida area could come up here, or Alabama, or Tennessee, and buy here. So we're trying to make it very simple. There's a lot of different things you could have done to the committee, but we wanted to make it simple and something, one of the ideas was we even put down listings on it. Which says, well, we'll leave that up to the POA, so if you're looking for local listings, essentially refer to the COA, right after sign on it. But we thought, let's keep it simple and just a business card, and then we can update it. Any questions at all? This time we don't plan to do it. Maybe if it gets really, really popular, we could, but this time we're just keeping it open. This is the beginning, we just opened this up, so suggestions like yours, maybe we can change it. Comments? Okay. Second item would be, the Sky Valley Times Sheriff. This is something that she does. She just does an incredible, we try to update it, Sharon.
I'm working on it.
Just trying to get it.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, but Sharon just does an amazing job. Our marketing, just an amazing job what she does here.
This was sent out, about a week ago, so it's on the website, obviously, it was sent through email, but just the general of what's going on in the city, just trying to spread positivity, and this is used in marketing with, we take out a lot of the government part of it, and Doug Hollingsworth, who's our, what is he? Consultant or correspondent. Our consultant, he uses this also to, market Sky Valley and bring potential golfers and media sources here.
Any questions on it? She spends a lot of time on it. I hope you read it. It's very, very good.
It goes out quarter.
Goes out for it, it's attached, you have it on there in terms of the web page, correct? Yes, yeah, a lot of people look at it. Good, thank you. Sharon just did an amazing job what she does here, the time and effort. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the City of Sky Valley Sewer update. This is something I wanted to briefly do it. There seemed to be a lot of interest, and I take it as a chairman, I take subjects, and what I wanted to do initially on this was to update our committee, small committee, on what was happening. Usually it's a very short, as you see, our presentation is very short what's happening. So at this point, wanted to update our committee, what was happening with sewer and also with the Merrill project. Well, that's good, but of course, what's happened is enormous amount of interest has been created on this thing. So the initial attempt was just a very, very brief update to our committee, what's going on. And I'll be doing this every meeting. I take a project, I work it to extent. But through the internet, social media, there's been an enormous amount of interest, obviously, why I'm here. So how do we handle it? And so in this case, I asked our city manager, Jason, to give us a very brief update on it. And
I'm here, Gordon.
A few questions. So go ahead, and give us your update.
Can everybody, Gordon, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I apologize for not being there. As many of you may know, I'm home recovering from surgery, but the city recently applied for an additional $2 million grant through the ARC, which is the Appalachian Regional Commission. If this is awarded, it will be combined with the existing $3 million GEFA grant, which is our septic and sewers grant through the Georgia Environmental Finance Authority. It'll give us $5 million, all in an effort to build a plant with grant funds and not use tax dollars. And we should know probably in about the next 30 days, the status of that $2 million grant. So that's all I have at this time.
Any questions at all, I guess, in terms of it? I guess we can throw out, and I'll go along. Any questions about the sewer at this point? So it's very timetable, Jason, on this thing. You got is the money in hand or you've applied for it? Tell us.
We have applied for the grant, Gordon. Right now, we're just in a waiting game. And I guess just to add a little bit of detail, these grants, just so everybody knows, I know there's people that's taking time to be here. And if you can afford me just a minute, I think I can summarize some things here, Gordon. The $3 million grant is a conversion grant. That is septic to sewers. This grant was awarded based on the 2017 study done that identified 200 plus or minus timeshares and condos within the valley that have aging systems. Any money from that grant has to go towards that. What does that mean? Any capacity created by a sewer plant that's funded by this grant has to go to those existing projects first. The second grant, the ARC grant, is a last mile grant. What does that mean? If you think about this $5 million plant being a 5-mile race, the GFA grant gets us the first 3 miles. The ARC grant gets us the last mile, or in this case, the last 2 miles. That grant's core focus has to be commercial retail, and it has to advocate for the city, not the developer. There is nothing in any one of these grants that requires or puts focus on future residential. I want to stress that. Now, out of transparency, I want to say that if there's any extra capacity, it can be sold to developers just as well as it can be sold to any property owner who may have land that lies in the path of the proposed sewer. But I want everybody to know that these grants, first and foremost, go to a sewer system that must, one, serve the existing timeshares and condos that have aging systems, and secondly, any residential or commercial. Now, when I talk about residential commercial, Gordon, I'm not talking about McDonald's, Marshalls, Old Navy. We're talking about small, appropriately placed in space commercial, small cafes, little shops, etc. So I just wanted to share that, add that. So thank you.
Jason, don't we also consider the timeshare and the club in that reference as far as commercial?
Yes,
also?
that is correct, Madam Mayor. The timeshares, the club, those are some of the identified properties that were part of that 2017 study. And again, the intent of these grants, and as you know, everybody knows there's no free lunch. There's strings attached to these things. The intent of these grants that we're looking to do to fund this sewer plant has to go to that first. Now, I'm not an engineer, but I have done some preliminary wastewater flow using examples out there. And after all of these existing structures tie in, after any future after any future commercial has to be reserved, what's left is residential. There may not be much left. In fact, there may be such low level left, it may not even be worth for anybody to do anything with it. But again, I know there's a lot of concern out there, a lot of chatter about this, but I want people to know, these grants have been my baby since day one. This sewer project is the past 4 years. This is what I've done. And again, this mayor and council has charged me to try to find a way to fund this without burdening you, the taxpayers, with a sewer system that most of you will never even tie into. So I'll just stop there unless anybody has any questions.
Go ahead.
Yes, I have a question.
Jason, that seems to be in direct contradiction to what the engineer said at the POA meeting the other day. He said at one point 25% would serve existing, and then later he upped that to 50-50, so that 50 would be for new development and 50 would be to cover. My second question is there a time limit on the first $3 million grant? We've heard there was for years, and it never seems to get here. Could you answer those two?
Yeah, the answer to the first question, the engineers, they work for us. This has been a moving target. Capacity, it sounds so simple. Hold on. Get the dogs. I'm working from home, sorry. The capacity is one of those things. They're hoping, obviously, that the engineers, that maybe there may be some extra, but again, I want to stress that this has to be reserved, as I stated. The status of the $3 million grant, it has been extended. We are kind of at a time crunch, meaning that if we don't do something further or pretty soon, we may lose it. But right now, the grant is active. One of the reasons that it's been kind of in life support or stalled is that the $3 million will not fully fund a grant. I mean, fully fund a sewer plant. And again, with the focus being on trying to build a plant that does not require taxpayer dollars, there's been another reason for the delay. This $2 million that we just applied for, that just kind of fell in our laps. That's something that the federal government funded some money for this year. We were thinking that we might be able to get some ARC money, but at the time we were thinking about 500,000. So when they came in and said, "Hey, we've got a $2 million program," we jumped all over.
Can we get a list of the 200 residences or condos that were identified in the original study?
It would be on that 2017 study. It may be on the website. I can certainly make sure that Sharon can post that after this meeting, but it doesn't necessarily list every home. But obviously there was a count done, that area was identified, but essentially we're talking about the timeshares. We're talking about Tahoe, the club, what we call Condo Hill, et cetera, et cetera. Those were the areas that were being studied.
Jason, can I add in, we started this sewer thing years ago, and the original plan for the sewer project was a whole lot bigger plant. So we reduced it down to take care of the needs that we need now. And also it would fit in with our $5 million that we're getting. So the original plant was gonna be bigger. So maybe Russ, who is the engineer, he hasn't worked on this a lot. He just was coming along and somehow he got the other engineer that was there was more involved in this. So this is a smaller plant that from the original. We're not gonna shut up now. Go ahead, Jason.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So this study's 8 years old and they were failing 8 years ago. What is the status of them now, and how is it determined when it's failed? And is it gonna last a couple more years? It's lasted 8. Tell me what failing means and how it's identified as failing. What's that measuring stick specifically?
Well, I would say that these systems are 8 years older, so certainly there's a degree of deterioration there. The city does not regulate septic system. That's done by the state. So I would have to defer that to them. But I can tell you firsthand from being city manager like the past 4+ years, I know there are systems out there that are having problems. I've had to deal with them. I've had to work with environmental health to help solve these issues. So again, I wasn't here in 2017, but obviously there was enough concern there that this study was authored or awarded for the EMI to do. So yes, here we are several years later. So unless these timeshares, these condos have gone in and upgraded their septic systems, which do not require city approval, again, that's done by the state. So I don't know what's been done, but I do know that there must have been enough issue there going back, the author of this study. And so again, I would say the need is still there, or the issues are still there.
Did you want to say something?
Well, number one, I was wondering if they maybe just need to do a new study. Obviously it's easy for me to say that coming in late. I was also interested in what's your alternative if you don't get this $2 million grant?
I would probably defer that to the mayor and council, but we'll be back at square one, I guess, kind of.
We'll be right
it out. Again, the emphasis from day one has been to try to fund this plant with grant money. Now, we all know this not free money. This money comes state and federal. That's taxpayer dollars paid by others. But we've done everything we can not to burden you all, the taxpayer, by building this plant. Again, knowing full well that most of you probably will never even tie into it.
Any other questions?
Yeah, right here. This lady, raise her hand.
And I'm new to this game too, but I just have a quick question about, is there a plan to defer some of the funding toward the home dwellers that live here as a tax base rather than for the commercial property, the timeshares and the condos? Is there
So
some kind of,
like Jason says, it goes first, the money goes first for the homeowners.
but who in funding
Yeah.
the project?
Yeah.
Do you expect to tax the homeowners that don't have any tie-in to the new system?
Nobody, we're not gonna tax anybody.
Okay.
Now, the people who tie in, they will have to pay a sewer user fee every month, just like you pay your water bill. They'll have a sewer bill. So again, there's no free lunch. They're gonna have to tie in, and they're gonna pay a sewer bill every month. And really, the sewer will run a specific path. And again, not everybody is gonna be able to tie in. If you're not within that path of the plant, that area, you're not gonna benefit. So, but that's what the grant was, that was information used that got us awarded the grant, and those are the restrictions of the grant that we must follow, because the last thing we want to do is have to pay something back because we didn't follow the rules.
I understand that the location of the plant is on Harrison Merrill's property.
Right.
So if I'm Harrison Merrill and I own a lot of property, aren't I assuming that that plant has me in mind? So for my thinking, we can talk about capacity and all of that, but the overall plan needs to be clear to everybody. Because if it's on his property, what is?
I'm gonna attempt, yeah, to do the, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Any other questions
on the sewer,
on the sewer?
I was gonna try to answer the question real quick. I know we've got a long agenda, but I was gonna try to answer the question.
99-year lease. He's talking, but we're not hearing him. I just want to let you know.
Well, can you hear me now?
Jason, can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Jason, can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Somebody want to call?
No, we still can't hear you, Jason.
I'll take it.
Hold on. I don't know why. It says my audio
Our
is
house
on.
is right up there on Ridgepole, really close to the old lodge. If all that's happening right there, does that mean we have to?
I don't think you are on it, but I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the engineering report.
So I have a quick question too.
Sure.
You know, I know enough about it. Sadly, I know way too much about package plants and sewage systems and all that. But at the end of the day, $5 million isn't gonna buy much at all, and it certainly isn't gonna provide much infrastructure for getting sewage to a facility. So number one, you're gonna end up a little bit short capacity wise for just the condos and timeshares. So what is option B? Because that isn't gonna solve this issue.
The option, it's going to take care of the immediate problems that we've had. And the 2017 isn't the first study that's been done on our failing septic systems. We've had a bunch of them, and they all say the same thing: we gotta do something. A lot of people have relocated their septic systems, and if it fails again, there's nowhere to go. And the county has told us that they will not let them, that they'll have to close up their house. They don't have a septic system. So this is really important. So this is to get us through the first phase. This is an expandable plant that can be expanded later on. It is the most modern thing. They have a plant similar to this behind the old Piggly Wiggly that's been there for 40 years, and it's done a great job. So, I mean, we're just looking out for the health of our citizens and for our groundwater and for our creeks. And that's basically what we're doing it for, not just to have development. Did that answer your question?
I think it does, but at the end of the day, you know, we've got to put a timeline on this, and, you know, if the $2 million does not become available, what is option B?
Option B is we keep looking for money. Because we're not gonna put the tax burden on you all. We're gonna do the best we can.
We may have to reconsider that.
Yeah, we might.
Well, have the condos and the timeshares and the different entities been alerted that they may need to come up with some
Sure.
money? Okay, and.
You mean as far as tap on fees?
Well, no, as far as solving their problem.
Oh,
there's some-
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, they may have to have assessments of their
yeah,
own.
sure, sure.
Special tax issues,
Yeah.
Our special
Yeah.
tax.
Jason,
Well,
can you?
right.
On his-
Gordon, can you hear me? I had to log back in. Hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
Well, good. Any other question? We'll go on. Go ahead.
One question, I
Yes.
just wanted to, just the verbiage. 2017 study said that we had, they didn't use the word failing. So how many failing systems? How many failing systems do we have versus aging systems? I have an aging system.
We have to get that from the county.
However, we own a condo at Turnberry, which is up on Condo Hill. It's failing right now. We have the health department's involved. They're gonna have to obviously charge the homeowners. There are 10 units there and it's having to be totally redone.
Yeah, there's
It's
several.
totally failed.
That's one, but we're doing
Yeah,
all this based on 2017, which I think is, we need to update that, like the gentleman said. And number two, I wanna try to wrap my head around the enormity of this thing. How many systems are failing? And we
We'll have
don't
to
know
get
that, so we
We'll
have to
have to
go.
get that from the county and state, yeah, we don't have that, but a lot.
Well, the golf course.
I mean, the
has
golf
some
cart course is, yeah, inundated with sewage all the time.
Well, yeah, Valley Views failed in March this past year, and that their leach field is right under number 12 T box. So we had a breakout there that they came and fixed in
11 people.
11 and 12. Well, there's another leach field under 12, right under the ladies' tee. So it leaks all the way down into that area, which isn't really, it doesn't affect the golf course at this point, but it will if it does.
Affects the gardening.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
David.
it's just the way it is, when septic tanks, the drain fields get old, they get clogged up, the roots get in there and stuff. What's preventing you from just doing new drain fields like any homeowner does? They have to put a new drain field, sometimes they have to replace their septic tank box.
It's mountain property and where some of the houses are, there isn't a whole lot of other place to put it.
But could this possibly be a revenue stream for the club? Where they lease for the golf course for them to put their drain fields underneath it? It could be a really good, I'm always looking at the way of bringing money. I think that would be a good revenue stream with really little damage to the course to do it.
I live in Valley View, we don't want to pay somebody else.
I mean, right now, they have a lease or something to get their drain field on the golf course, right?
No, they don't.
What right do they have to have it
We're
there?
providing irrigation, don't be ridiculous.
Because you have a condo, it doesn't.
Yeah, y'all need to step outside and find out.
But no, but for the future, for the future of the system, are you gonna have a plan so that the taxpayers never have to pay that if it has to be replaced or new lines or something that the city doesn't pay, that the homeowners pay through their sewer bill?
Well, that's what we're doing, through their sewer.
Madam Mayor, can you hear me?
Pay for the maintenance of this plant.
Okay.
And we have a gentleman that's already working for the city, that is going to get certified. He's this very smart young man, y'all know Cody. Cody's wonderful, he's gonna be certified a special, sewer person, and we call him Dr. Dudes.
But you should have a backup plan, and I still say that the backup plan would be that people can use more of the golf course and put their drain fields there, just like, I mean, the fact that the systems are failing doesn't mean that they can't be fixed like any other person.
That's true.
If-
They've been fixed, and there's no more fix.
Madam Mayor, if given the opportunity,
Well, that's sewer sense, I guess.
All right.
What's
I
your,
keep that in mind, but I think there are alternatives.
And y'all, we're gonna have a pile of Y'all. We are Sky Valley citizens and we want the very best for our city. So please keep that in mind. We're nowhere even near close to making any decisions about density and all that stuff.
Very well said.
I promise, we're gonna.
Gordon, can you hear me?
Because we
Hello,
live
can
here
I be
too.
heard?
We want our city to be
I feel
beautiful
like I'm
and
talking to myself.
not overcrowded and so
trust you.
give us a chance, we'll do our job.
Yeah, you say that and we go on Merrill's website, it says design is complete.
Well,
So how can we?
I can't help that.
The
I
city
can't help-
does not
Y'all
own
are
Mercer.
saying one thing, y'all are saying something
Yeah, but who
else.
does the permitting?
Well, let's go into the
Okay, go ahead.
second item on this. Thank you, very good discussion.
Yeah.
Uh,
Jason, can you talk now?
Can you hear?
I'm
They can
logged
hear
back
you
in.
on
Can you hear me?
So,
No.
Hello,
sorry,
can you hear me?
Someone do this.
He's working on it again. Okay, I'm sorry.
let's go.
Let's move on. We got a big agenda here.
Yeah, we got a big agenda. Jason, can you interrupt once you get the volume issue? This is one everyone wants to hear about, so we want to, okay, let's go back to the next item. Board ribbon, board marketing board report, Sharon Van Camp, maybe talk a little bit.
Yes, sir, we cannot hear you. We can
The
see you, but we
committee
can't hear you.
Well, if you could put me on speakerphone, I would try to answer David's question.
Okay.
You think?
What about talk a little bit about the?
Okay, hold on. And then we'll come back to you. Maybe if I put him on speakerphone.
I don't know
Or you
why.
want to?
No,
Go ahead.
we can come back to me.
Okay, we'll come back then.
Come back to it,
Yeah.
okay. Talk a little bit about Placer, a little bit maybe for some of our guests in this case, but Placer, we have a very unique system. Maybe talk just a little about Placer AI and what's going on.
Sure. Placer AI is a location, a geo fencing area, and it tells where visitors come from, how many visitors are here and on. Gives you definitely some interesting information. Our marketing committee looked into buying that. However, Forward Raven bought it. So now we are able to use that information since we're part of that committee. And it shares great information. It showed that our and Jason. Anyway. We don't have
Yeah. That's not Jason. Oh, it should be.
Jason, you want to go ahead?
Okay, can you hear me through?
Good, very good, thank you. Okay, the second part of it is now in terms of the Merrill project. Just bring us up to date, what's happening there.
Okay, I don't know if I'm being heard through the mayor's phone or through. Can you hear me now? Okay. Let me get my notes in order. So a couple of weeks ago at the mayor's annual State of the City address, Rawson Haverty, Lou Oliver, and their project team presented to those in attendance a concept plan of what they envision as a mixed-use center or redevelopment of the old ski lodge based on the current zoning of the property. Obviously, from that concept plan that they have, if you ask a dozen people, you get a dozen different views, but they wanted to present that to the citizenry to see what they're thinking about doing. So that's pretty much in a nutshell.
Is this something definitive? Is this just a proposal, a hard and fact, or is this something that we go back and forth at this point?
This would just be a proposal, Gordon. There's there's no permits been issued, there's been no plan submitted. And I'll be honest with you, just from preliminary looking at it, through our existing, even though it is zoned to do what they want to do, our zoning regulations do not allow the level of density that they want to do even with sewer. So I just want, again, it's just a proposal they presented.
We can't hear
Jason, we're getting a reverb with you, so do you have something else? Do you have your phone still turned on?
No, I muted one.
Oh.
Just talk, Jason, and
All
let's see
right,
if we
let's
hear.
try again, Jason.
Okay. So I don't know if I need to repeat myself. All right,
We
so,
can hear you.
okay, you may have to, without everything going on, repeat. Did you hear everything I just said, or do I need to repeat myself?
No, but cut off one of your devices.
I think we may have heard it twice.
Okay. Again, you got a lot of technology.
Yeah, you need to use one or the other.
Turn one off. Computer.
This one's the one
Are
talking.
you on your computer and your iPad?
Yeah, let me get off.
The one.
All right, can you still hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going back and forth between my laptop and my iPad trying to work out the gremlins, but hopefully you can hear me now still. All right. Any other questions?
Jason, would you just kind of repeat what you said about the development?
Okay, at the State of the City meeting that the mayor did a couple of weeks ago, Ralston Haverty, Lou Oliver, who is a land use planner, they wanted to present to those in attendance, to the citizens, a concept plan that they have, what they're calling a redevelopment or town center of the old ski lodge. And it's just that, it's a concept plan. I think I heard somebody say earlier that there was something on Merrill's website. I wish he would change that. We have no control over his website, but I assure you that there has been no permits issued, no plans submitted. So again, this is just a concept plan they submitted for, I guess, you all to digest. And apparently, based on what I'm hearing, there's a lot of thoughts on it.
Mr. Jason, if I may ask, you said something about meeting zoning requirements. Can you repeat that as well?
Well, for what they want to do, that core property, the old ski lodge, that's some of that is mixed residential. Some of that is resort commercial. That does allow mixed use. Now, when I say mixed use, I'm talking about residential and commercial. The mixed residential, I think with sewer, has a maximum density of 12 units per acre. So, with that being said, if you got 5 acres, you're going to be looking at 60 units. I think on one of those parcels, it was probably close to about 100. So again, that was just a concept plan that they presented. Obviously, if they submit plans for review, we will have to do those deep dive and look at all of our regulations, and they'll have to adjust and scale their project accordingly to make sure that it meets all the city rules and regs. But the property is zoned to do what they want to do. Just like if you want to build a house and you own residential property, it's zoned. You don't have to ask the council for approval. You just submit plans and go forward. That downtown area is zoned for commercial and residential. So again, if somebody wants to move forward, it's been zoned that way for over 20 years.
We lost you.
We lost you again, Jason. We also are going to go through all the steps, you all, and look at the density. We're going to look at the environmental impact studies. We're going to have an infrastructure study. We're going to do our due diligence to make it what we want. And I think that's what he was going to say, so I'm saying it for you. Jason, can we hear you now? Can you talk?
Sharon's clicked on the speaker.
Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting out.
Are you? Oh, you're muted or something again, Jason. I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm sorry.
I don't know why I'm muted.
I guess the biggest point here is there's a lot of issues that what I hear coming from the marketing. What the citizens want, do you want this grandiose plan, or do you want anything? And the thing in between, we have to realize, it's the owner, he owns the property. And somehow he has to comply within policies of the city and so forth.
We've been working for years with Harrison Merrill Jr. And he has come to us and said, what do you want in Sky Valley? So we had given him some information. I keep a list of, I've been keeping a list for 6 years. When we talking about the future of Sky Valley, somebody will say, we need electric vehicle stations. And so that's part, so I just showed him the list. And I said, we're still in the talking stage. We do not want a Walmart and Home Depot or a Family Dollar store in Sky Valley, But a lot of people have said they would like to see a small cafe so that they can get breakfast and lunch, or a bakery. We're not going to overbuild you all. Please trust us.
Then
We live
why,
in-
why was this other grandiose plan presented?
That was just.
What they presented at the meeting recently was nothing but a marketing conceptual thing. It gave no details of what Jason just gave with regard to specific
Right.
zoning. We don't even know what is the definition of commercial property.
Right. Well, and this, like I say, it's just their start, and then we're gonna come up to it and say, no, we want this. I mean, that's the way it works. Development's certainly gonna give you the grandiose look. That's part of the whole deal.
We don't wanna see a bunch of commercial property that fails.
Of
You have
course.
an empty storefront because there's not enough population density to support it.
Right, of course. They're gonna do feasibility studies as to whether it's gonna be financially successful 12 months out of the year. We don't want, that's all part of it. That is all part of it.
Well, you all probably know that the zoning goes back, that lodge was at one time a restaurant and bar.
Yeah.
And, it was, as commercial as you could get
Yeah.
on Friday and Saturday nights.
Also, Harrison Merrill Senior had put in, how many years ago, there was another grandiose plan that was made. Y'all were here, if you were here 20-something
That's
years
when
ago.
it was before he had money.
That's what- yeah.
People talk about that, but in addition to that, it's like, have we looked at how that's gonna be competitive to the golf course?
Sure.
And its amenities,
Sure.
because I'm sure.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
says that.
concerned about additional parking, parking lot and green space and watershed.
Right,
There's
and that is
drawing,
all
there's
it-
no retention pond.
That's what.
There's
we've all
no
talked about.
retention ponds.
We'll talk about all that. That's part of the environmental impact.
Yeah, in our board meeting last week, that was one thing that we talked about, like, we
Yeah.
are in plans to redo our parking lot, but we're sitting on it like, we already are tapped on parking right now. If we have an event in the club and we have 100+ players, you can't park there. But we, the club, don't have any more usable land to build a parking lot, so we're kind of stuck too.
Yes, correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can I make a comment? And one of the things that I think this is like smash and grab, this meeting a couple of weeks ago. And this frightening thing to people that I speak with is that we've had a council member, Bill Oliver, as the liaison, am I right? With Harrison Merrill Holly, is that?
You asked that question
Okay.
before, and I said yes.
Right, so to me, if the council has a handle on this, why, unless there's something I'm not understanding, why would Harrison Merrill, after all these years of talking to the city and you all saying, and Bill being right there with this guy, that they would ever proffer a plan like they did if they all know what we're thinking? We don't want to turn Sky Valley into a Highlands. So I'm trying to figure out, and so are people that I talk to, why would they even come with something like this if they've been talking to Bill Oliver? Well, I remember Bill Oliver a few years ago, and he's saying, we need this and we need all these tax dollars. So I have to assume that Bill Oliver is all for all this. I have to assume that because he's the representative of the city.
I don't think you need to assume that at all.
Well, why would they present?
Because they are
project like
trying,
this?
well, you start big and then you come down to reality.
If you're saying-
They're dreamers.
They're dreamers.
But if you say that you have talked to them and they wanna do what we want, they could have come with something a lot less aggressive than this. This is the thing that frightens people, is you don't hear anything, and all of a sudden these people pop up.
That's not in their genetic code, is.
And that's pretty frightening.
Yeah, well,
Don't be
please
afraid.
don't be frightened. This is gonna work out just fine.
Yeah, well, that's just rhetoric, that's not.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm being honest with you. It's just not rhetoric, Gail.
Well, if, the other point is that we had an opportunity to change the zoning. We had this comp plan review that was years in the making. And the zoning was changed right after Harrison Merrill bought his property in 2004. The next year, the zoning was changed, and if you wanna know what was before
No,
that.
it was
go to-
not changed in 2004.
No, she bought it in 04, and in 05, the zoning was changed. And this is the zoning plan per the zoning meeting just a few days ago. That's what you all are going on, and if you wanna know what the zoning was, go into where the simulator is at the.
No, that is not a zoning map. That
No,
is
but it's just a map of,
It's a neighborhood map.
yeah, there you go. So, but it's still a neighborhood map.
Yeah.
The point is that the city council had an opportunity to change this zoning or downgrade the density before the comp plan thing, and they did nothing. They accepted what was in 2005, and that to me.
The comp plan is done every 5 years, so it's been several times since that.
No, but yeah, but Sky Valley never changed it. They never said, no one ever said, oh, well, we don't need 200 or 17 houses per acre, or whatever it is. We could have downgraded all that
That's
zoning.
our building code, not our comp plan.
Our zoning, we could have changed the zoning. I was told we can't change the zoning. That ship has sailed with the comp plan. We had all those years of looking at the comp plan and never did anything. And this is why Harrison Merrill has got carte blanche to
She
do.
doesn't have carte blanche.
So there are ways to stop that sort of thing.
Well, Donna, I think that the key at this point, Harry, you said it well with Merrill. I mean, they're dreaming and they're coming up with it. So this is the beginning. I think they even said it, represented, didn't they say, well,
This was a dream, yes.
and they're talking about.
And they
okay,
know
how do you
how to
check?
work with us in permitting and follow the zoning. The zoning says they can do it, but they also, part of the use of property laws is they have to follow our building and our ordinance codes in our building, in our ordinance codes, so we're gonna be okay.
So I guess the future, as you were saying, is how do we have future meetings? How do we get involved? How does-
We'll have a bazillion meetings between now and wishful
And so you will have proper meetings for us to be informed,
How do
like,
you get input?
instead of the state of the
That's
city.
why we started this whole business, for you all to be involved.
Right, but
We are
the-
very transparent, y'all, but it wasn't meant to scare you and say, this is what's gonna happen, because it's not.
Well, again, to Ken's point, you go on his website, and he's obviously in charge, because
No,
what's
it's-
on that website says 1,500 houses.
Okay.
So if we can't control this guy, is my point. He's the one who never took care of the lodge for 35 years. He abandoned the golf club. There were weeds up to here 10, 12, 13 years ago. The guy can't be trusted, nor can any of his partners and any of his corporations, and it's just really, he's a billionaire.
If he can sell 1,500 houses, he's a genius.
Well, I know, but is that what you want in Sky Valley is the point?
Gordon,
Yeah.
Gordon, question online.
Yeah, he says he said six.
Question from online.
There's a question online. Okay, thank you. Question online?
Is it a written question?
Written question.
No, he's right here. Taylor Schmidt, do you have a question? Yes, oh, here, yes.
Good morning. Just a quick question. If there was a specific person that is a good person to have on social media, I think a lot of this potential misinformation or exaggeration of information was due to a lot of Facebook posts and stuff like that. So I didn't know if there was a specific person that is a spokesperson for the city on social media in general.
We the city has a Facebook page too, so we try to keep everybody informed on that. Taylor, does that answer your question?
In a way, yes, but it seems like maybe some of those posts could have been addressed quicker if possible. Or a general, or just a general update, expressing some of the things.
Good suggestion. Thank you, Taylor.
Very good. Well, thank you again at the beginning, and this is the beginning of it.
This is
Well,
just the beginning,
input,
y'all.
and we're talking about the always about, I think you heard this over and over again. It's not a slam dunk, it's something that's involved, that's what we're here today. It's great. Well, Mayor, thank you, answering the question. Well, let's go to the next item here with the
Okay.
POA survey review from the June meeting, why people buying Sky Valley. Just recap, we're going over these things in marketing. Like me in marketing, we're gonna react to what the people want, and that's our marketing. If the people want different things, we react, we read that information, that's always good. Why don't you go over that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Most, excuse me, over half of the homeowners in Sky Valley have owned more than 10 years. The majority of those are considered second owners. Single-family homes are the most common types. Demographics, most homeowners are 71 years or older and retired. Community values, residents value low crime rates, personal safety, and the friendly atmosphere. Most people enjoy Sky Valley because of the cool scenic golf course and views. And the schools are not of a major factor since most of the residents are 71 years or older. 163 residents responded to the survey.
So the most important thing, what they're looking for is what, when they're buying it? What would be scenic, mountains?
Scenic, the atmosphere, yeah, friendly people.
You hear this over, and that comes up, different surveys, that's on the top all the time. So we serve, that's on the top, you're not gonna, if that's something you're gonna have to destroy, if that's why over the surveys come up, why they come here, beauty, the mountains. That's something you're not gonna destroy, that's why people are coming here. That's just not, in marketing, we've done this a couple of times, we go out, well, why are you here? So we kept it, and we appeal to people they want, that's what I did, you see the beauty, natural beauty.
Wildness.
Wildness.
Yeah.
It would be absolute fools to go out and do something that's opposite, it just doesn't make any sense, at least to me, I'm a marketing person, I'm a marketing guy. If I'm gonna do what it is, it doesn't make any sense.
Every survey words it differently, but yeah, it's that same concept.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
You feel good when you're here.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Yes. Well said. Thank you. Okay, let's go back, let's go. Timeshares and Sky Valley update. Danielle, can you give us an update? What's happening?
Nothing. I don't really have anything new. I mean, we've been completely booked all of June, all of this month, and all of next month. So it's been.
I guess you can hear me now. Sorry about that. I guess you can hear me now.
Now we can hear you. So how many good now on the update?
It's been a little bit difficult to do updating because the units are full.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're trying to do what we can when we can, but we're not doing any major projects right now.
Yeah.
So we're looking at for rentals, and those Doug is really big on the golf part. Are you updating any units for rentals? How is that going?
It just goes back to, I mean, we're booked. So we can't do too much. We are taking in rentals, and we have, like yesterday, I think we took in like 5 rentals just yesterday. So, I mean, we're taking them in as they come.
And you redid your exercise
Yes.
room, and so you're trying to update your facilities for you all who have.
Yeah, we got
One of the
3.
areas we're working on is we're able to, and as ideas come up.
Yeah.
And, the actual units, like she says, it's hard to work in
Yeah, when they're-
any updates when there
Yes.
are people there. Not many people want you to come in and do, maintenance while they're in the unit.
Most of them do it week to week.
Yes.
So I know the discussion the last time, you're looking at more rentals. Is this something in the future? Are we saying providing more rentals?
Yes. Yeah, we are encouraging
We're
rentals.
always interested in selling more units, but at the same time, we realize that we have empty units
Yes.
during different times of the year, and we would like to rent as many as possible.
I think that that business plan makes a lot of sense. So how are we doing in terms, I know Doug would like to, look at a few of them, prior to straightening it out.
But yeah, that just depends on when we
Yeah.
have it available,
This,
just for you guys to come and look at
Kim
it.
Beatty was here last month, and he kind of made a commitment that I'm not sure we can abide by.
And he's your chairman of the
He
board.
is the president of the
Okay.
overall association.
And what was his commitment?
That we would have units, available for a tour by August.
Right.
He didn't say which year. So,
Well, we do have some for you guys to tour, but there's still a lot that we haven't been able to get to.
yeah,
so.
we're working on certain units as they are available. And, we have some that we could show.
Yeah.
But
Do we want to take photos of that and maybe put it on our visitors website?
we're gonna be putting new photos on our
On
website.
your website,
Yeah.
okay. Good. So that our visitors will hook to your website.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're trying to work, links between all of the city websites
Right.
and ours. And, of course, attractions in the area and whatever. I just recently made an update to our website for the, article that, Joey had done,
Mhm.
for, Sky Valley and the golf time, whatever it was. The Southern Fairways. Southern
Now, do you all
Fairways.
advertise on the Reagan Neighbor, the magazine that comes out?
No.
Okay, I know that the gentleman that runs that magazine, it lives in Sky Valley and is on our, one of our boards, so I will get you his name if you all are interested.
We can look into it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
While we have you here, and I
Okay.
don't need to put you on the spot, but,
I can show them real quick.
we just had the sewer discussion. I know about all the problems at Valley View and some of the problems up on the hill. But I think timeshares is, you guys have prime spots
Right.
in the valley.
Along Tahoe,
And
we
I
have,
didn't know if
we
you
have had,
issues or-
issues, cause all of our units on Tahoe feed down to the golf course.
Yeah.
And, I think we got the problem resolved that was at the end of the line.
Okay.
It was a septic problem?
It was, and it was a matter of pumps not pumping when they were supposed to and keeping things moving down. We have a project in place right now where we're going to be repumping all of the septic tanks along Tahoe. We have to do that every so often.
You mean you're cleaning out? the
Yes.
septic system? Okay.
Yes.
And
They,
then that, of course, is, I believe, on the map for sewage.
I'm
I mean,
sure it
sewage
is.
plant. So that would certainly take care of the problem
Right.
for a very long time.
and, the associations realize that we are going to have to pay a connection fee.
Right.
We also realize that there's gonna be monthly fees associated with it, but if it eliminates the problems that we've had to deal with, it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
very good.
Because this whole thing all goes back to that environmental problem.
Yeah,
And we don't want a stinky Sky Valley.
yeah.
And
Or
unfortunately,
bad water.
unfortunately, a lot of the problems that come up are because of the limited land availability.
Sure.
You know, we have a small portion of land in a particular association.
And, yeah, we read the study, the soil in the mountain is not the best for septic systems.
No.
There are rocks and-
No, it's mostly rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some don't qualify.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly.
And
But people, 60 years ago didn't necessarily think ahead.
No, it's kind of like the rock, you know? Well, how does that come out?
Right.
And we're trying to make things work
We are glad
and keep
you're
it
a
up
part
with
of the
it.
marketing committee and part of the
It's
city.
been-
We appreciate
I
it.
think it's been worthwhile for us, and it should have happened years ago.
Yes, it should. We are.
We talked about that. We talked about that.
Okay, that's good.
Very
So
good. Very good.
I- we,
Thank you.
there really is a problem and, you know, there's a lot of guys from the club here in the room too. And just from talking to some of the guys on your board and membership, I don't think there's a real appetite to offer, you know, to
Sewage out?
tear up the fairways.
No.
Oh, no, you're not gonna mess up your,
Yeah.
well, I can just tell you, you don't want to stink, these
Well, that leach field you're talking about drains under the driving range, and that was an issue, but.
Yes, it was an issue for a while,
Yes.
but I think we've got it completely resolved now.
Oh, that was from Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we feed everything down Tahoe and all across the back of our property and then down into the driving range. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you for the report. Okay, stay and play, golf inquiries and stay and play accommodations. Brian, any updates on that?
Yeah, so we've got a couple big events coming up, in August and September. We've got a GTI event that we host every year. There's 110 players. They're all staying in Airbnbs within Sky Valley for 4 days.
Wow.
What is GTI?
It's a good time, so it's actually ran by Ace Hardware. It's a group of guys, there's about 110 of them playing this year. They used to only play Sky Valley 1 day, last year they played 2 days, and this year they're playing all 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're all staying in Sky Valley, they do a big party Saturday night at the club and do a Calcutta, and it's a big event. We've also got,
What weekend is that?
that's the 18th, 19th, and 20th of September.
September?
August or September?
September.
Oh, September.
In August, we
I think
have.
we've gotten a few rentals on that too.
Yeah, you probably did. In August, we're hosting a wedding for one of our members' daughters. It's a 120 person wedding on August 16th. And the majority of their guests are also staying in Airbnbs
Great.
throughout Sky Valley. Some other good news that's going on, we'll know more next week, but we're on track right now to have a record July for golf and retail in the golf shop. We've just been slammed. If you've been out there, it's, even with the people, it's been
That's great.
amazing. So I'll know more at the end of next week when we look at revenue reports. Other than that, one big thing that we've kind of got resolved, and this is more for the members of the club, our roof needs to be replaced. It's been about a 2.5 year process with our insurance company. We finally, I think we've got them to where they're gonna pay. We've got a large check already deposited in our account. So we're gonna be looking to replace the roof on the clubhouse probably in November. It's about a 1.5 week project, but that's fully gonna be covered by the insurance, which is amazing.
That's great. That's great.
When's the August wedding?
August 16th, Saturday night, yeah.
Well, what can we do, the goodie bags, in terms of the, marketing committee? Any?
I mean, for the GTI guys, we can do it, but
Yeah.
most of them they live north of Atlanta, between Atlanta and up here, so I don't think we need.
So no,
No. Unless they have alcohol in them. Kind of think that's their thing. But yeah, it's a really good event, yeah, so.
There's nothing we have to do to help us support it?
No, but I do have a tournament in October that we just signed, Raven County Sheriff's Association, so October 20th, and they're gonna probably have over 100 players. Majority of them are homeowners or residents of Raven County. It's a charity event for the sheriff's department. So, that one we should probably do some goodie bags and stuff for. That'd be a good idea.
yeah, I think
What's
we
that?
talked
You got
about
that down?
that.
That's in October, yeah.
And you think what, 120, 130?
120. They're saying 100 to 120, but
120, that's good, that's a lot.
yeah, we've got 200 player events that we booked in October. All right, so.
What's the other one?
It's a superintendent's tournament that they used to host at Mountaintop. It's a North Carolina,
School superintendent?
no, golf superintendent.
Oh.
It's another charity event. They used to do it at Mountaintop and then they did it in Hayesville 1 year, but that's gonna be 80 players, superintendents and golf crews from all over North Carolina come
Okay.
for it. So we're gonna have that one too.
What's the date?
That one is October 16th. So we're just trying to fill up our calendar and our off season with some of these events. Obviously Sid Weber's coming up on August 20th. That's a Wednesday. So if you're gonna plan that, make sure you get in.
Do we do goodie bags for that?
No, they have their own video.
Oh, they do their own, okay,
Yeah, and they're capping it at like 25 teams, so.
okay.
What would you like in the goodie bags we had? Do you have any recommendations at all for these groups at all? Things they might want in the goodie bag?
I would put in, obviously put in some information about the city. I already talked to Doug about golf balls for Sid Weber that he's gonna get us. from Bridgestone, but maybe some golf balls, some tees,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Okay,
We'll put in some membership information.
okay. Very good, study time, great.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic, I can see it all the time. And it's, the course, I played, I'm not much of a golfer, but the course is in magnificent shape. Yeah, wow.
We saw that rain the other day.
It's been so hot, we've got some brown areas out there,
Oh,
if
you
you get
do?
out there, there's some, some of the weaker areas of grass where people walk off and where slopes are, it doesn't hold water very well. So we get those really big drenching storms, it actually doesn't do much for us because the water just slides down. The constant like slow rain is what we want. That's right.
It's good for the water pump.
Yeah.
That browning, that has happened many times in past years, and it rejuvenates.
Yeah, it's
spring, so it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, next time is the website update. Sharon, have anything to add?
Just, we update it and add information as needed.
She did, keeps it up.
Yeah.
John always.
She's always, she does it at night in her bed.
She doesn't.
You know?
Okay, Sky Valley Independence Day celebration. Well, Jason's not here. We just wanted to
Well,
get,
he's still
Jason,
here.
can you tell us just a recap, how it went and so forth?
He's muted. You muted.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm about ready to throw this iPhone across the room. The celebration went great. Huge crowd, couldn't ask for better weather. We had some new events, the dunk tank. I want to thank Ryan and the others that participated with that. I think it was just a great turnout. It just gets bigger every year. And we're always looking at adding new things. And I want to also thank the volunteers for everything that they did. It's staff, we can do so much, but it's the volunteers that make a good festival a great festival. So thank you.
I thank the club and thank the timeshares, thank the fire
Yes,
department, police department.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, wonderful.
We had over 1,300 guests.
Wow.
Wow.
It's growing every year.
Yeah, yeah.
For the hot
I
dogs,
thought
okay?
the hot dogs, hey.
And we've gone somewhere else since the day
That was
closed.
great, they did great, and the fireworks were spectacular again this year, I love the new ones, did y'all see the smiley face ones? The fireworks? Oh, that was cool. Yeah,
That's great.
it was cool,
I have had several comments.
yeah,
from
it
owners.
was wonderful. Thank you, Jason, and our city workers did a fabulous job, they had it cleaned up before the next day, which I thought was.
A lot of those things that we did, the soap suds, our guys built that. So yeah, there was a lot thank the staff, Public Works guys.
Very good, thank you. Next item, the Sky Valley Fall Festival update. Anything, this is in the planning stage, anything we can do?
It is in the planning stages, Gordon. I'm sure that Bruce Turner, who leads that effort, we will be having some meetings. Again, that's something else that gets bigger and bigger every year. Should be the third Saturday in October. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but put that down on your calendar and expect great things.
Hay bale still gonna be part of the hay bale you're getting?
The hay bale trail, yeah. If anybody that wants to do the hay bale trail, contact City Hall, businesses, entities, organizations. We have the college row there where all those that have their favorite colleges, we set those up. So yeah, the hay bale trail, that'll be on the out there as well.
Very good. Thank you. Next item we're going on is the budget, Sky Valley's budget. I'm happy to say, we have $22,727 in the bank, and expenses are below budgeted, so we are in good shape. I don't see anything at that time. Questions at all about the budget? Okay, budget, 2 items, marketing program, cost of videograph. We were talking about this, Brian, we were talking about the Mission Inn golf, I remember that last time, and then the idea you had videos and the cost of video to do that? Have you had a chance to look at that at all?
Yeah, I mean, so, and I don't remember if I said this last time, so last October, we had a drone photographer come out, it was $4,000, we paid him, local guy. He did a phenomenal job, we put a TV up in our hallway, history hallway, that has a lot of the footage on there and pictures. And if it's something that we wanna do for the city, through marketing, you know, it's an easy call to set up. For him, it was an all-day thing. He comes out on like a one-wheeled skateboard and he just went up and down the car path and zoomed his drone over everything.
Can we use the footage that he already?
I have all of it.
Why pay him again?
Well, no, if he wanted for like the city, because he only did really the club.
Or something like that.
So if you want aerial views of communities, parts of the city, the mountains, stuff like that, ours is for just the entrance to the club and then the holes in general, so.
There, we had an area there that, talked about mission in golf course.
I saw it,
You
yeah.
saw it, that was fantastic, everything. With you already in videos, could we do that? But then there's suggestions of adding in the history of Sky Valley, do some other things that incorporated into this video. And so it really was well done. I think even, in this case here, you were talking about, Doug says, yeah, that's new. It's not everyone is doing it, so it's really up there in terms of what we could do. So what would the cost be if in our budget, if we were had a videographer who put this videos together and the discussion item as you go through?
I mean, I would actually have him come to the meeting and kind of give him a rundown of what you want. Because it'd be a lot more travel for him to kind of go around, and he'd probably have to have someone with him and kind of dictate what areas of the city you want to highlight, and then he would do it. But I mean, I can just go off what he charged us. So.
And there is some money in the budget for this. I really think it's an excellent idea.
Well, and it's he essentially sends you a Google file of everything that he shot.
So
And you can use it for
somebody
anything.
put it together.
And you can have someone put it together.
Yeah. So what would that cost be?
Well, I mean, he charges $4,000, but that's just for the club. I mean, for the whole city, I don't know. I could reach out and ask him.
We say we still do what you had, and you take each hole as it is, and then just add a couple items in the city, right, Jim? Some of the areas you might want to include with that.
You know, Gordon, it would be cool if we could have him videotape all the seasons here. Cause I think Sky Valley is, no matter what season it's here, I mean, that's my thoughts, but.
Okay, well.
We have to be careful, though. We don't want it to be 10 minutes long.
No, that's probably true.
I mean, I just wouldn't think we do every hole. It'd be some of the picturesque holes.
Well, you don't have to do any of the holes. We already did all that. I'm talking about if you want pictures of parts of the city from viewpoints and the waterfall. and that stuff.
Waterfall,
Yeah.
The views from different views.
All the footage from the golf course, we own that, so
Okay.
you don't need to do anything on the club side. We have all that aerial shots, we have hole by hole shots, we have all of that done. It's
So
just.
we use all those videos, any other videos we would need besides.
Chapel.
Yeah.
Well, Moody probably has those.
Yeah, we've got some.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk to this guy just to see,
Right.
if you all want.
No, I like the idea, I think it's well created, it's really well done.
We have all kinds of great scenic stuff to show. But I'd like to have something that shows the community events that we put on. The POA breakfast, the 4th of July parade, maybe something from Fall Fest. Because we have people move up here, thinking they're buying a lot in the woods, that's a retreat. And they get here and they find, holy cow, there's a whole community
Yeah.
here, and they know everybody. You know, people know one another and do things together.
Community is a great word.
And.
So what's the suggestion we do? Where do we go from this level?
Well, I guess we have to ask him what he would charge us to come back and forth for all these different occasions.
Yeah.
Maybe something has to be built over time, because you want to see 2 different seasons, because.
But
I
that
think
would be
that's a great-
stretched out over a year. Can we take what we already have? I know we have a big library of videos already, I mean, films.
We have a library of still shots, but I don't know, if we have a library of videos.
Yes, we do.
Did we do the parade? Did we do the fireworks?
I asked him, but I don't know if he did it, but he was able to do it this time.
I know we have still shots, the
Yeah.
videos, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, we could look
We
at
can
the-
fake the fireworks.
We can find fireworks.
Over your house, Katie.
We've got some unique things, like nobody's ever gonna show a video of a bunch of croquet players doing a choreographed routine.
Yeah. Do you do a dance, a special dance?
No.
On the croquet board? Yeah.
Well,
That was amazing. Well, that
It's
should have been on the. Croquet.
Yeah, it is. It just, Brian, I really looking at some of the videograph, we just put this together. Now, maybe, I don't view it here, I more.
Oh, you're on that TV.
Library videos. I know from past, we take past photographers who come here and they do this is all in a thing.
Yeah.
He's got, I would think if somebody could look at all that and put something together, I guess that's what we're looking at cost.
Yeah, I mean, I can call him, his name's Curtis, and he lives in Clayton, so.
Oh,
okay.
We just, I mean, I can just tell him, hey, you know, this is what the city's looking to do.
Yeah.
What would you charge him to come up on Fall Fest and record, and then, you know, he'd send you all those videos, and then Fourth of July next
Christmas
year.
decorations around the city at night, I think. are one-
Christmas.
We need more, but.
Yeah, or he wants to do that.
Okay, man.
I know that she made a lot the last year or two. though.
Yeah, we're trying,
Yeah.
they're not cheap.
No, I
We got a couple that need, are kind of
Yeah.
sad that need to be redone, yeah.
Do you want to have him to come to the next meeting?
I'll call him and see you.
See if he can come to the next meeting,
Okay.
which is good.
Yeah.
Is that, can he do that?
I'm sure he'll do it, yeah.
Okay, let's set that up, that would be.
Okay.
Great. Okay, thank you, no ideas, across the video. Okay, well, we were talking to Sierra Golf Club, golfers who record messages about their experience in the course in Scott Valley. I know, Ryan, you've talked about, are we any closer than that or what?
Right now, no. But,
Okay.
you know, our new point of sale system will have an app, and
That sounds
they,
reasonable.
they have told us that they can do something like that. But like I said, you know, we gotta have a way to fish through videos and stuff. There is a way to scan it on the app or take pictures on the app and send them back to us. So, yeah, it's an open idea. It's
Oh,
still.
I love the idea of that, something, yes. Comments, okay, Scott Valley road signs, what's the update there in terms of, Sharon?
I wanted to show them to you and let you final approval before I order.
Wow.
Don't they look nice? No. I'm loading. Okay, so
There you
Oh,
go.
that's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty.
let me start at the
The
top.
golf course is pretty too.
Of course, they're all pretty.
Any kids, well, that.
Okay, hiking and see, and I put on there walking trails as well, because
Right.
we don't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's true.
Majestic Mud Falls,
I'm sure they had a kid in
yeah. Championship Golf, and then, okay, there's that picture, and then, which one do y'all think is
Which one you like
better?
better?
The brighter one.
I think that
Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Ooh, that's
And
pretty.
then
Pretty good.
Enchanting Views.
Very nice.
So 4 of those, we're looking to post them on signs like these.
Is
So
that what you're looking at there? Oh, and what's the size of the dimensions?
4 by 8.
4 by 8, oh, that's,
Yeah.
that, you can see that.
That got your attention.
There was some question last time.
Even at 70 miles an hour, you'll be able to see it.
So we're gonna place though, I know there was some, you wanted to use the old, I guess,
Yeah, we can't use the old frames we had talked about, but
Yeah.
Jason and I discussed possibly using that. I don't know if y'all seen it down at the intersection, 246 and 441.
Right.
There's a small sign, I think it's, 3 by 3 maybe, I'm not exactly sure, but we were thinking about using those and the one up here on the way into Sky Valley for like Mud Creek Falls directions, or getting people up here, so something that would give more than Google takes them right down there to that little bridge.
Yeah.
So that was something we thought we could use those for, and that would be on the city.
well, we got the money approved, so I guess committee at this point,
Do you do it? Okay.
do it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Money's been
We already
approved.
voted on it. You voted
Yes.
on it.
Yeah, we
Yes.
Yeah, already voted on
I
it.
just wanted to get the final on
Just
those.
the final on it, location, so we'll let that up to you. So when will this happen? Wait, how long will it take to get this done?
Well, for them to build the signs, I would think it would be a week or so at least, possibly 2, and then to get them installed, it'll just be when our guys can get them up and.
So we get it before the fall. So
I hope so, yeah.
Great, let's do it. Yeah. Very good. Thank you. That's great. Great. All right. We don't need to vote on that, do we?
No.
No.
Okay. No, we've already voted on it here. Okay, other business, anything else coming up? There? Next meeting?
That's all I can say. Except for Danielle and Ryan.
Next meeting.
They've been all already gone from last fall.
Honey, they're going. Do you know that the farmers pick those up and feed those to their cows, those painted things, or
Do they
fed
really?
cows?
Who's the new pancake guy? Took over for Luke.
It's come, oh, her husband.
Temporarily.
Dee.
Dee Van Camp and, Larry Tarasek.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Robert Smalley's helping.
And
with that
Robert
also.
Smalley, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ah.
I'm sorry.
Who is it?
Luke
Who
did
is
a
it
good
that-
job for many years.
Asking for the volunteers to sign up and that sort of.
Robert Smalley is taking care of
Robert
schedule.
Smalley, okay.
Yeah, we got that coming up
Do you have
Saturday.
his phone,
Yeah.
Yes.
do you have his phone number?
Wish I
Yeah.
could.
Yes, I
I'll do it. I'm just saying, what I thought I could do that. You gonna volunteer?
Yeah, well, we were gonna be out of town and now we're in, so Suzanne and I wanted to be sure and tell them we're available Saturday morning.
Yeah. I'll do the same.
Yeah. Yeah, give out the number too, yeah.
I don't want to say that loud.
Okay.
You said Robert.
394.
Have to-
317.
What is it? 1617? That's one, okay.
Got it.
Great, thank you. Well, next meeting, we're talking about Thursday, August 28th. We're on the calendar. Well, very good. The meeting, I thought, excellent meeting, I had a lot covered, sorry. Yes, yes. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? That was it. Okay, that's it, very good. Well, meeting adjourned, thank you. Is there a second? Is there a second? I got a, all in favor?
Who seconded? Who seconded?